Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Saturday, the 15th of July. As you can see, I have a special guest, one of the best friends I ever had, Mr. Mike Ellis. And you all know our story. I would think we've said it a couple hundred times. Uh, we talked about, trust and all that. We had trust. What I want to do today is I'm going to go over a couple things that I want to bring out. One is last night, Janet Butler did a video, and it was recorded, by the way. It's on her channel, helping people how to do this contest. Now, anybody watching this that is not in ONPASSIVE yet, if you scan that code, it'll tell you exactly how to get into this contest. And yes, you a chance to win $10,000. It's a total of 21. It's got 5 levels. And you don't have to put any money in to win. I'm just saying. So if you scan that code, it'll tell you the details. Anyway, watch Janet's video. It explains a lot. And one of the main things that she did yesterday was about that, but the one before was about what we can do as a team to build ONPASSIVE. And here's why I'm saying it. I've said this before. I have a lot of people come to me and say, I want to do what you're doing. Show me what you're doing. I've showed a few people, and it's a lot of details. And usually after I show them, they say, no, thank you. I mean, I spent 5 hours this morning doing what I do with just YouTube and social media, TikTok, whatever. But because ONPASSIVE is my brother's keeper, my sister's keeper, everything that is done in ONPASSIVE truly affects everyone. So what's the most power we have? One drop. If we were water, if we were a drop of water each, one drop doesn't do too much. If you get many drops of water, you could carve out the Grand Canyon. How do I know? History says that's what happened, okay? I believe it's the Colorado River, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, so if we all went to ONPASSIVE YouTube channel, when they put a new video on, first, you want to go there and you want to register, okay? You want to make sure you subscribe to ONPASSIVE channel, which is their actual corporate channel. Then, anytime a movie comes, watch it all the way through. And I'm going to tell you why all these things you need to do. The way I'm saying it is because the algorithms go by everything I'm telling you. A lot of people come to a video, they watch 5 seconds, 3 seconds, and they leave. That's not judged as high as if somebody watches the whole thing. Seriously. And no videos in ONPASSIVE, none are more than 5-6 minutes, right? Very rarely. In fact, most of them are 17 to 30 seconds. Watch it all the way through, give it a thumbs up, and make a nice comment. I don't keep making the same comment on every one. And if you really like it, cherry on top, share it. Second part of that is Twitter. ONPASSIVE Twitter account sometimes puts videos and blogs, definitely blogs, but some videos, without a doubt, that are not in YouTube. So there's another avenue for us to build the algorithms. And I'm going to explain why we want to do that. Mike's going to add on. We've worked together so long, he probably could say what I'm saying right now. Anyway, so you go to Twitter, you see a video, you retweet it. Okay, it's a little different. You retweet it. There's a little box there. Retweet. Boom. So it actually tweets onto your Twitter account. No big deal. Next one is you can share to make a comment. Make a comment. Doesn't have to be long. Make a comment. Make sure you watch it all the way through, same thing. And then if we did that every day, and I'm telling you, no doubt, maximum, unless it's a really long video, 5 minutes, you're done. And let me tell you why I'm saying all of this. If everybody did that, and I know we're not everybody going to do it, but if we could get 1,000, 2,000, 10, 20, 30,000 doing this, what happens? Let's not forget something very important with the industry. Let's leave ONPASSIVE out, because ONPASSIVE is not part of, it's not the same as anything I've ever seen. They go by, especially YouTube, the algorithms. They want to show to their customer. Now remember, their customer is not really us. Okay? It's kind of not. What the real customer is, the ones that buy advertising. We're kind of a byproduct of it. We make it happen, either directly or indirectly. Some of us definitely make it happen when they got thousands, hundreds of thousands of viewers. But the point is, the higher it gets in views and these things that I'm mentioning, then on YouTube wants to force it to the top. Now, what happens when it gets forced to the top? More customers see it. More people sign up, more people in the tank, more people in the tank are distributed to the founders. It's that simple. It's no harder than that. It is that simple. So if we all did it one time a day, it's not hard, it will blow things out of the water. Especially if we can get a lot of drops of water to do it, not just one or two. I'm doing it, okay, just to let you know, I'm not just talking. I do it every day. And I'm not having a problem. We're not going to have a problem bringing people up. It's not at all. But I want everybody to do well. You're going to do well anyway if you do none of it. But why not do something that doesn't take any skill? A grandmother could do it, an uncle, a cousin. You might miss a day here and there. That's okay. I'm just saying, as part of your routine, try to start doing that, and it'll make it great for all of us. And I'm talking about things that are going to be great for all of us. I also had brought up, I said 70-some%, but myself, Mike, and Dan did tests, and these were a few years ago. We were up in the 80s of the amount of people that did anything that we put out there. They were using a phone, like texting or whatever, but it's always from a phone. I never did. I didn't, this business, I was on the laptop, always. In fact, I never had a phone until a year and a half ago. Red built his whole business with a phone. No way I could have done that. I mean, I'm learning the phone now. Now I can't, I don't know how I would have made it without it. But the point is, a lot of people, boom, 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 boom. So think of all these things, because if you could do the things that anyone can do, it's not hard, it will add to the power of the company. The bigger the company, the bigger the team, the bigger the revenue, the bigger it all adds up, okay? I'm going to let Mike cut in here a little bit, and then I'll come back on.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. And everything you're saying is absolutely 100% true. You know, you have to understand that ONPASSIVE, it is your business. And anything that you can do to improve your business, you want to do it. And what Marty's talking about is something that we can all do. I'm very, very encouraged, like Marty, when people come and they go, you know, I want to do what you do. And then Marty explains to them what we do, and they go, well, maybe I don't want to do that, but I still want to do something. And I get the same thing with YouTube videos. I want to come in, I want to do videos, you know, the way you do them. And I explain to them, when you see a 5-minute video that I do, I spend a day or two just thinking about that video and going over it in my mind. And when you start to think about ONPASSIVE, and you start to think about ONPASSIVE, there are so many avenues you can go down. If you're not structured, if you don't narrow it down, you'll never get a video out, because it'll be 2 or 3 hours, and obviously nobody's going to watch that. And most people, they go, well, I'll work on it, but I don't really want to do that today. And when Marty talks about these things that we can all do, they really are easy. They don't take much time. You know, with doing what Marty asked you to do, maximum amount of time. Maybe it takes you 6 or 7 minutes because the videos are a little bit longer. That's it. Most of them, though, when I go back there, I go to the short videos, and they're 24 seconds. They're 45 seconds. They're very, very short videos that you can go in, you can like them, you can make a comment, and it makes a tremendous amount of difference when all of us are doing that. And really, all of us should be doing that. You know, the title of this little live that we're doing now is trust, it is value, is are you ready? And I think it's really, really important to understand what Mr. Mufareh has done over the course of the last 5 years. ONPASSIVE has a tremendous moral base. And all that means is that we all have a conscience and we all know what's right and wrong. We do. It's in there. And the only way to get rid of that is if you actually want to get rid of it. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of effort to get rid of your conscience. Most people never get there, thank God. They have a conscience, they know what's right, and they know what's wrong. And Mr. Mufareh has set this moral plane for us. I think it's so important. Honest, clean, and ethical. We do the right thing. We do the right thing all the time. And because of that, because we're all on the same plane, we have an understanding what it's going to take for everybody to benefit. And Ash believes this 100%. Everybody wins on ONPASSIVE. You will win, period. We're here to make you win. And when you think about that, that's why MARTY comes out with these things that you can do within ONPASSIVE for you to win. And if you think of these things as if, well, you know, it's really not for me, I'm doing this for ONPASSIVE, you're wrong. When you do it for ONPASSIVE, it helps everybody in ONPASSIVE. And Ash talked about the numbers on one of Marty's and Red's and Chris's live. I'm still processing the numbers. They are so big. They are so massive. Anything that we can do to increase that is going to help everybody in ONPASSIVE. But I do want to throw something out there that everybody can do that is specifically for you. Now, when I say it's specifically for you, even though it's benefiting you, it is also benefiting all of ONPASSIVE. And I won't get into that today, but I do want to talk about what you can do and why you would do it. And I love the analogy that MARTY has with the orchard and how he describes what you can do within that orchard. I talk about it in terms of working the edge. When you think about the orchard, ONPASSIVE is going to come through and pick the whole orchard. They just are. They're going to pick the whole orchard. They're going to put all that fruit in there and we get the harvest. Okay. But there are things you can do to work the edges of that as ONPASSIVE is picking the whole orchard. And by the way, once they pick that orchard, they go to another one and they have orchard after orchard after orchard. So they're never going to run out of apples to pick. But what you can do as you think about ONPASSIVE and what ONPASSIVE is doing for you, you need to let the people you know about ONPASSIVE. And it's not hard. When you get into a conversation, they're always going to ask you what you're doing. And it can be as easy, well, I'm in ONPASSIVE now. I'm using their free products. One of them is Mail. I absolutely love it. It's just super, super secure. That's it. That's all you have to say. And here's what's going to happen. In a month or 2 or 3, you've already planted the seed with that individual, ONPASSIVE. They know ONPASSIVE and they know they got it from you. They're not interested. They don't want to hear anything more, but they know they got it from you. And in 2 or 3 or 4 months, you're going to come back, you're going to have another conversation, and they're going to ask you, how you doing? Well, you know, I'm doing really, really well. I'm at the point where I could actually pay off my car, or I can send my kids to a private school now, or I paid off my mortgage. You don't even have to bring up ONPASSIVE yet. And they're going to come back to you and you go, what? 3 months ago, you were broke. What do you mean you paid off your car? What do you mean you're sending your kids to a private school? What do you mean you paid off your mortgage? 3 months ago, you were broke. What are you doing? And all you do is you say, well, it's ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE has given me the ability to pay off my car, to send my kids to a private school to pay off my mortgage. And they're just going to be flabbergasted. And they're going to go, well, number one, how did that happen? And number two, can I do it? Will that work for me? Game over. You have them. They're in. Now, if you don't know how to talk about ONPASSIVE, we will be putting stuff out there that you can put in front of people. 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, explains ONPASSIVE. Once they see it, they're in. It's a done deal. And then from there, they start to explore ONPASSIVE. They start to learn about ONPASSIVE, and ONPASSIVE starts to go to work for them. So if you work the outer edges of the orchard that Marty talks about, and you just plant the seed, over time, these individuals will come back, and maybe they heard about ONPASSIVE on the news or someplace else, and they come back to you and you go, you know, the other day I heard about ONPASSIVE. It's something you talked about 3 months ago. What exactly is this thing? Again, you start out, well, it helped me pay off my car, period. So everybody can do a little bit to make a big difference within ONPASSIVE when we're talking about an army of 1 million people. This is such a big deal when Marty talks about all of us engaging, getting together and moving in the same direction and doing the things that we can all do. When you do that, ONPASSIVE, all of us have already won. The value on ONPASSIVE is, we can't even express it. We've all won. But if you want to get there quicker, if you want to get everybody there quicker, engage, move in the same direction, do those little things that we talk about, and in the next couple of weeks, couple of months, the next year is just going to blow you out of the water. I think at the end of 12 months from the launch of the products to the commercially to the world, you all are going to be speechless. Again, Ash talked about the numbers the other day, and he didn't talk about, well, he talked about the numbers. I'll leave it there. I'm still processing that. They were so large. After I listened to Ash and started thinking about it, I shook my head and said, I'm just going to wait and see, because it really is going to be marvelous. Marty, back to you. Anything?
Yeah, fantastic, Mike. Thank you. Another point I want to bring up that I believe will help people. I get a lot of people starting a conversation of what if, why, when. Listen, let's let the company do all the heavy lifting. Don't worry about a product that's coming out and start asking about, well, will you be able to do? Let's stay focused on what we know. And one thing we should all know, and I keep emphasizing this, and if you don't, you really need to look at what's been done. First thing I would suggest is we all go by history to judge what we think is going to happen. Everybody does it. I've been here before. I've been in the business before. This is what happened. This is what I expect. No. I said this another 1,000 times. The game of ONPASSIVE is not played with any other industry. We're not playing baseball. We're not playing football. We're playing ONPASSIVE. It's a totally different game. So do yourself a favor. Start your history of how you think about business online the day you joined ONPASSIVE. And then look at what they've done. Look at what they've done. You can use that history. Go back a year. Go back a year and a half. I welcome you to do that. Look at what they've done in our name for zero money. I couldn't afford a pixel that goes up to Burj Khalifa. Not one pixel. We knew that we had the mall in Dubai covered. You can't look left, right, up, or down without seeing ONPASSIVE. That has swelled into all of the UAE. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I hear people say, well, how are they going to do targeted traffic? Knock, knock, knock. Yeah, they're doing targeted traffic right this second. All of Dubai is targeted traffic. They're either in it, their husband is, their wife is. That's what Dubai is. Now, where do the big movers and shakers go for vacation? They go to Dubai. It's like a paradise in the middle of the desert. They have a place to go skiing. Go figure. They got the biggest, baddest malls in the world. When people go there, one of the attractions, one of the biggest attractions in the world, is the Burj Khalifa. Nobody wants to miss that light show. But what does the businessman do when he sees the light show? Not the same as some people. Ooh, look at those colors. Yeah, the colors are nice. But who in the heck is ONPASSIVE? This is happening every time that light show happens. It happens when they go home. It happens when, and I've sat in boardrooms, don't look at the way I dress. And I know how they think. When that CEO went back to his company in Wisconsin, he called a board meeting and said, I want you to find out who is ONPASSIVE. What are they about? Why, boss? It does matter. I never seen our company going up to Burj Khalifa. I want to know who they are. This happens every day. And because it's all over the UAE, it's only going to grow. Now, if that isn't crazy enough, I promised somebody I wouldn't use that. It wasn't asked for somebody else. If that isn't amazing enough, we're in Egypt. People say, oh, Egypt, whatever. We're in the city where they're expanding AI, digital process, digital things. We are setting a flag everywhere this is growing. And people are falling in love with the company and the concept. Why? Clean, ethical, just like Mike said, they want to be part of it. Of course they do. And I'm telling you, Dubai it's not just a money issue. Because there's big companies that can buy their way to do whatever. I believe, this is my opinion, MARTY DEGARMO, I don't work for the company, that they got to see a little bit behind the curtain of what the intent of this company was and went, oh my God, we got to do it. Why would Nazel, why would Professor Susan, why would nuclear engineer Kamal stop what they're doing and come to ONPASSIVE, a company that never sold one thing yet? Because they see it. They see where we're going. So I want everybody, as I said on the thumbnail of this thing, is your dream really big enough? I don't think so. I really think, I tell you things we could do as a team and help things out. I mean that with all my heart. Do you have to do it? No. Every time I say something, and every time Mike does a video, hey, do we have? No. It's a free world. No, you don't have to do anything. But if you do one little thing, a little thing here, a little thing here, positive, one good thing, as I said, do one good thing 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, whatever. It's like, I don't remember what it was, a long time ago. While he's crawling through the mud, below crawling, through mud, and I even believe cow manure, under a barbed wire that's 6 inches off the ground, being arrows shot at him, can't we at least do that? That's all I'm saying. Can't we at least do that? And I believe the trust part. Don't worry about when, how, well, Somebody asked me the other day, and I mentioned the same things over and over again, because I know some days people hear it and some don't. That's okay. If one person hears it today, that's great. I know that people don't realize, some don't realize, by driving it, just keep driving it and going, pushing things forward, they always think that they don't matter. All of us matter. Right? All of us matter. You take one brick out of that mansion and it could fall down. We all matter. And we're all part of ONPASSIVE. But I just want to make sure that you don't focus on well, what if this and what if that and what if this? Listen, by now I know this. And the other, I'm going to bring this in, but the guy that was talking to me, by the way, here's what he said. Well, what's the pay structure? So I don't know and I don't care. Now, when I say I don't care, it drives people to say, oh, could you not care? I'm going to tell you how I don't care. And this isn't a lying statement. I've said it to Mike and Dan and everybody that knows me. I don't care. Why? I trust Amplify as much as I do Mike Ellis and Dan Straight. He said he's going to pay us as much as he legally can. I'm done. I don't care what the pay plan is. The guy I was talking to is not happy. He thinks I'm a complete lunatic. You know, he's probably right. Oh, whatever. Better than the word crazy. Thinks I'm a lunatic. And he said, I don't understand why you feel that way. I said, well, how many businesses were you in opportunities online? Well, I've been online for 10 years. I know, but how many different businesses? Oh, wow, I don't know. He doesn't realize I'm about to corral him into something he doesn't want to go. But anyway, he did, I don't know, 20? Okay, did you know the pay plans in all 20 of them? From A to Z. Now he's happy. He stood up. He's got his chest out. And I go, okay, how much did you make? I want you to do the minus and the plus. What you made, what you lost, and what you wound up with. 10 years. Okay, I get it. In other words, having all these facts that they're not going to do, what's it matter? So what? We've had people say, "Oh, I've got 200,000 names and emails here." That was said in front of us. I'm like, the first thing I thought, so what? So what? If you don't use them, they're dead. And I don't mean literally dead, but they're dead. People change emails, they move, they go somewhere else. How do I know? We threw away 50,000 leads a couple years ago. And we did it every once in a while. They went dead at all week. They're done. Why even what? Because for one thing, AWeber would charge us for every one we held. But the point is, this old thinking and this old how we do things, you got to let it go. Let it go. You either trust or you don't trust. If you don't trust Mr. Mufara and his team, you're going to have a headache. You're going to have, it's always going to drive you, go, I don't understand. I don't know. And to me, it's a waste of time. What do you care? How much more is he going to give you if he gives you everything he legally can? And by the way, unlimited. That was added in at the end. So what's it matter? What's it matter? 6 cents from this guy. They're not playing that. It's revenue. They make a sale, you get a commission. And he said, nobody will match us. Okay, I'm done. So let all that go. But what happens in this? What happens in that? Have we sold anything yet? No. The reason is it's not where Ash wants it to be. Guaranteed. So whatever problems we think we have, it's not a problem until the day you open that door. Bing, 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 bing. Grand opening. That car is for sale. O Connect's for sale. This is for sale. That's when it matters. And thank God above, as before, refuses to go by pressure of people that don't know what's going on. And none of us know what's going on. I'm not putting you down. I have a view and I have a feeling, and I went by the past, and I mean the last 4.5 years. I don't know what it is, but if it's anything near what I've seen so far, I need another extra pair of pants, as I would say. Because we know, unless we're completely blind, and I don't mean eyesight blind, I mean in here blind. We know that what's happening so far, and it's never been less. It's unbelievable, freaking unbelievable, and what the heck what did they just do? What's next? You don't think we could go higher and bigger? You met the people. You met Nazal. They're just like him. I'm not going to say that word. But and guess what they're doing? They're doing it for us. They don't have positions. So I just want to let you know, rest assured, I don't care if it's Gifty, I don't care if it's David Switzer. And by the way, Mike's going to say hi to David Switzer today. But I don't care who you are. You don't have to be Marty DeGarmo. One of me is freaking plenty. And I guarantee one of Mike Ellis is also plenty. So, but be you. This thing is huge. The end of the race, we all win. Mike said something the other day, and it went all over the internet. And I know I'm going to say it wrong. In fact, I want Mike to say it about competition with us and whatever. I heard it back yesterday 50 times. And I'm going to turn it over to Mike. He's going to say a little bit and then goodbye, and then I'll end it. But that statement blew me away. When he first said it, because I'm departmentalizing what he's saying, don't compete with us. And I was like, I'm frick, where's this going? But when he finished it, I went, oh, wow, that's so freaking powerful. And then I thought, well, that's going to go big. It did. I mean, people got it. And when he linked it to ONPASSIVE, it's 100% correct. Anyway, I'm going to come back for goodbyes. But right now, I'm going to turn over to Mike. Any closing thing he might have. And that statement, whatever it is, because I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. Hi, David. How are you doing? I know who you are. I see you all the time, and I'm always thinking about you. So there you go. Marty, you went 1,000 different ways just then. The saying was, you can't compete with me because I want you to win. And how do you compete with someone if they want you to win? They're going to do everything they can to make you win. How do you compete with that? They don't care if they score. They don't care if they make money. They don't care about it. They care about you. They want you to win. And I read that 2 days ago, and I had listened to Ash, and Ash expressed that the way Ash does. Very, very good, very, very articulate. And I needed a simpler way to say it because I couldn't say it the way Ash did. And I read this, and it just went, there it is. That's what Ash said. So yeah, it affected me in a very, very good way. It is ONPASSIVE. If you're how is ONPASSIVE going to do all of this stuff? Marty just told you. Marty's a lot like Mr. Mufari. If you listen to him, those questions are answered, even though he tells you they're not. They are. If you listen to them, if you listen to what they've done in the Middle East, if you look at what they've done in the Asian belt, if you look at he's told you how ONPASSIVE is doing this. When it's now. It's not a year from. It's now. It's happening right now. Maybe not the way you envision it. It's happening right now. The one thing I want to touch is the one thing of 100 things that Marty talked about that I want to touch on just very, very quickly is that you matter. Okay. A lot of people in ONPASSIVE, they think, I'm just a number. Nobody knows me. I'm just out here. I'm hoping what they say is going to work for me. I'm hoping that my bottom line improves. I'm hoping I can do this or that. And I want to. It's the preamble for the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be We hold these truths to be. Oh, how does it go? We hold these truths to be innate, that all men are created equal, and we are endowed by a creator certain unalienable rights, and then it goes into the rights. This is ONPASSIVE. When we think about people, we don't think about black, we don't think about white, we don't think about Asian, we don't think about Hispanic. We don't separate people. When we think about people, we think about the human race, and that's what it is. It's a human race. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you came from. It just doesn't matter. It is a human race. And ONPASSIVE, because of Mr. Mufar, because of his vision, he's here to change the world. He wants to help you. And when you think about yourself, am I really important? Does ONPASSIVE care about me? He does, absolutely. Everything that Mr. Mufara is doing, yeah, the money is a side effect, and it's important. It has to come in order to do that. But Mr. Mufara's goal originally, and this is 5 years ago, his goal was to, what can I do to come in and help people and to guarantee success? And initially, when Mr. Mufara started, and when Marty, Dan, and I heard about this, we thought it was the biggest thing since apple pie. We thought it was massive, massive, massive 5 years ago. We got so excited about Mr. Mufara and talking to him for a very short period of time and understanding his vision. We thought it was massive. 5 years later, what Mr. Mufara talked about 5 years ago is nothing. It's literally nothing. And Marty has just described that a few minutes ago. If you listen to all the things that ONPASSIVE is doing, and Marty does a great job of going over all of it, you don't have to ask yourself how anymore. It's out there. It's right in front of you. And not only that, but it's happening right now. So individuals that are in ONPASSIVE, maybe you're the 1 millionth or the 2 millionth person that came into ONPASSIVE. You are as important as Ash Mufara having the vision that he has. He had you in mind. It's you he's thinking about. And because of that, you can be assured your life will change in very, very positive ways. Your financial future, maybe in the past, you just had no clue where it was going to go over time. And I'm like Marty. I don't talk for the company. I talk about what I see. This is my opinion. But I believe moving forward, those needs are going to be taken care of over time. And when I say over time, I'm not talking about 10 years. And believe me, if I'd have known this when I started with Marty 10 years, I'd have been, let's do it. Because both Marty and I have been at this more than 10 years, and nothing happened until ONPASSIVE. We had some things happen, but just things that just were never going to work for everybody. ONPASSIVE changed all of that. So as you think about yourself, yeah, you have tremendous value. Come on in, do the things we're asking you to do. They're not hard to do, and move ONPASSIVE forward quicker than it would have been without you. And that's a big deal. ONPASSIVE is going to blow up. We know that. But why don't we make it blow up a week earlier or a month earlier or a year earlier? Why don't we let it blow up now? And you can have a major impact in how quickly that happens. Marty, go ahead.
Beautiful, 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 Mike. We'll wrap this up. That was fantastic. As everybody can say, obviously we've been working together a long time. We say the same thing. So, no, it's very good. And by the way, when you look at myself, Mike, and Dan, no matter what you think or how, oh, well, they know easy for them. No, it wasn't easy. And we didn't have always a kumbaya, okay? There was times it wasn't that great. But we knew the main thing, and we said this before, it was the trust factor. That I trusted. There was one thing I knew every night when I went to bed. I never had to worry about Dan and Mike maybe trying to get over or do something. But no. In fact, the fact is about 2 or 3 months after I met Dan, he gave me his credit card to do ads in Facebook. Okay? Yeah. So the trust thing was, in fact, that's the most important thing, because it took us a while to find out what is our lane, and we got it, and it worked very, very well. So that was.
Hey, Marty, just real quick,
yeah,
just real quick.
Go ahead.
Dan gave Marty his credit card. What Marty doesn't tell you, that credit card had a limit of 20 grand.
Yeah.
You got to trust someone to do that. Go ahead, Marty.
Yeah. Okay. That's true. First thing I want to say, we had 483 people on a Saturday. So obviously I have to bring Mike more often. But anyway, that's a record on a Saturday, guaranteed. But we're really here to give you value. Listen, we talked about everything we were going to do in ONPASSIVE. We did that with everything we were in, but it never ran. This ran the longest of all the whole time we've been online. And we were going to build YouTube. We're going to do this. We're going to do. We wanted to build a relationship. We could have shot in and just people. But as soon as we started bringing people in, we said, we got to get a group because we need to talk to them. We wanted them to know who we were. And a lot of people get scared of that. Oh, I don't need to know who they are. They're just enough. The numbers thing is wrong. The power of ONPASSIVE is the team that we have. It's the thinking alike, being alike, like-hearted people. No doubt about it. That's the power of ONPASSIVE. We just so happen to have geniuses running the show, really. But the power of having 1 million people. Let me tell you something. If you have 1,000 people that you can trust and you know them, it's way more powerful than 10,000 you don't. I can tell you that right now. Guaranteed. Anyway, let me, like I said, thank you everybody that came for 483. That's rocking. I want to do a couple shout outs because that's what I do. First thing I want to say is thank you, Curtis Strickland, for the super sticker. Zorika, I told you I love that name. Zoyan Aloha, thank you for the super sticker. Anyway, a couple shout outs to, there's no way I'm going to be able to get you all, but I'll do it quick. Tim, the Leprechaun Dylan, thank you for being here. Thanks for saying it was a great show. I hope so. The dancing woman, Marcianne, is here. Hello, Marcianne. What we got? Yin Yang 44.4, always here. I really appreciate you're one of the ones that's always here. M. Kylie, same with you. Big John White, listen, from what I understand, you're not so big. Well, you're not so white either, but I heard you lost 70 pounds. Good for you. Good for you. I'll tell you what, John, we talked before what I was doing. It's amazing. And then the intermittent fasting puts you over the edge. Jerry Nix, how you doing? 70 pounds. John lost 70 pounds. Not only are you keeping it high and tight, now you're keeping it thin, high and tight. Jerry Nix, how you doing, buddy? I'm glad you got your internet back. Hey, Shorty, say it. Say it. Oh, he's going to ask me for something. He ain't getting that. All right, I'll say it.
Casey.
Oh.
Finish it.
No, you didn't say it.
I said
Casey.
finish it. Casey.
Sevenbergen. You want me to do half? Okay. Anyway, Gifty, how you doing? Ray of Sunshine, great lady. Sir Jet Jana, thank you for being here. I got this dog licking my hand. Fassi Mohad, welcome. Miriam White, Newmark, thank you for being here. I tried not to say that crazy thing. I didn't do very well, but I almost did. Praglin Kumar, hello. Jaleesa Christie, welcome. Maxwell Carter Smith. Oh, Maxine. Maxine, I don't remember seeing you. A new name. I love seeing a new name. You so smart. You too, sir. Appreciate for inspiring. Okay. Well, if I can inspire, I did the right thing. Family Malajab, welcome. Duma Lipka, Jaya Parda, Pitmata, thank you so much for being here. Pitmata's been here from the beginning. I don't remember her not being here. Dr. Lisa Lee, I got to meet her a few months ago. Wonderful lady. Jula DeBrani, welcome. Robert, my neighbor, Tantulo. Got all kinds of unicorns there. Anna Davis, Bartholomew Ruth Thompson's always here. Kathy Toth, welcome. Vicky Barker's in the house. Cecil Weir, I wish I could do sign language. I know you're deaf, but this will have chat on it. Roy Davies, hello from Florida. I know where you're from. Uh-oh, it just jumped down, guys. So probably lost my spot, but that's okay. Shandon Manjunder, welcome. Jay Wu, I haven't seen you for a while, Jay Wu. Hope you're doing well. Ken Davis, what's happening, Ken? LB Momamin, welcome. I don't remember seeing you before. I'm glad you're here. Michael Champagne, hello, buddy. Hello, Marty and Mike. Thanks again for all the precious information. You're welcome. That's what we're here for. Falcon executives. Whoa, we got Falcons in the house. Mike knows about birds of prey, man. His brother owns them. Mino Miller. Mino, you're amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. People love going to your webinars. There he is. Mafus. Mafus is on fire. Good to see you both in the same frame. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we do that. Sometimes we have all three of us in the same frame. Lord Peter Morrell. Ooh, that's a cool name. Peter Lou, what's happening? I'm trying to get to a name I haven't said. Joseph Lance, how you doing, buddy? 1.4 million people joined as founders. Now millions will join for the products. That's exactly right. Can't say it in easy. I could have just said that and shut this thing down. Frank Rowe, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for the ring again that you sent. I know I wear a 17, so that probably you had to bend like rods of steel to make that page. Dita King, how you doing? Pam Kwawek. Ooh, don't remember you either, Pam, but thank you for being in. Oh, rats, I missed your live. Thank you for the recording. No, it's live. Here, you didn't miss it. Do I look like a recording? Joanne Belkin, I said hello. Holly Bugs is in the house. Hello, Holly. Howard Rollins III. Robert Oakes, what's happening? Guys, prayers for Mr. Before and his family. It's amazing what he's doing for us. I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm Colby Howard. Okay, I covered everybody the best I could. Shirley KS. The B. What's happening? Anyway, I'll see you all. Mike will be back with me again, no doubt. I had a good time. I love doing this, guys. This is not a job. I don't get paid for it. I do it because I love doing it. And so does Mike. So we'll see you all. This dog is trying to get up on my lap. They want to see him. I'm sure they want to see him. Here he is, Dawn's dog. This is Dallas. Oh, get over there so he looks that way.
Dillies.
There we go. Look at the head on that. Huh? Okay. All right, come get him. Come get her. He's always looking for food. All right, go ahead. All right. You're in my living room. You get all of it. The good, the bad, and the furry. Stop licking my hand. All right, I'll see you all. Have a blessed day. I mean that. Bye.